It's scene 5 of The Matrix. They're coming for you. Who are they and who are they coming for? Find out all that now. Agents and Neo. The scene starts with Neo waking up in a rush. It seems he's late for work as he slept in till 9:18. This is of course a reference to the Bible passage Romans 9:18. Therefore God has mercy on who he wants to have mercy, and he hardens whom he wants to harden. Very relevant stuff. Neo works at Metacortex, one of the top software companies in the world. What do we know about Metacortex? It has a massive sign on the building telling us that Metacortex is a very important company. And it also has crappy paper signs inside the building to remind the employees that they're worthless. Neo was told off by his boss, Mr. Reinhardt, for being late. Mr. Reinhardt's wiki article states that he wears a suit and tie. And that's it. So you know he's one exciting character. Mr. Reinhardt tells Neo, or Mr. Anderson, that he needs to buckle down if he wants to keep his job. He rips into Mr. Anderson about him thinking about himself as special, and the rules not applying to him. You may notice that these observations are true, and if Mr. Anderson lived in the real world, he would be a massive bellend. Mr. Anderson literally gave himself the name Neo, an anagram of 1. So by pointing this out, Mr. Reinhardt really shows how meta you've got to get to climb to the top of Metacortex. Mr. Anderson half pays attention to his spanking, and being the real rebel that we all know him to be, apologizes and promises never to be late again. We then cut to Mr. Anderson at his desk, literally doing nothing. He's in sleep mode. A courier gives him a package, and he doesn't even say thank you. The evidence presented in this scene has led me to formulate my own theory on the Matrix. Neo is just a very self-obsessed asshole. He created the Matrix in his mind to justify him thinking he's better than everyone, who pirates movies, is late for work, doesn't work at work, and doesn't even thank the courier. When Neo opens the package, a really cool phone is revealed, and then it starts ringing. It's Morpheus telling him that they're coming for you. Using Morpheus's instructions, Neo manages to evade the agents by pretending to be a lobster boy, confusing the human detective vision. Morpheus directs him to an empty office. Empty in terms of people and also character. This room has a bunch of pictures of buildings on it. Not very tasteful. Morpheus tells Neo he has to climb the scaffolding to escape the agents. Before doing so, Neo throws his phone from the building in an attempt to get some YouTube views. Neo attempts to make a maneuver, but is too worried about how orange his lips are in this scene, and also how every time he looks down, the streets change completely. He decides instead to hand himself in to the agents, in doing so getting arrested. I like this scene. A bit of action, stirred in with a spoonful of foreshadowing and a pinch of suspense, lends to good cinema, so I'll give it an 80.085. Good stuff. The next scene is Unable to Speak, and I'd love to tell you about it now, but unfortunately, I'm pressed for time. So like and subscribe if that's your thing, or don't if it's not.